Hello there guys and welcome back to another live stream here on the VB Thomas platform. Today we will be having a race with the online motorsport racing as it is going to be a new league that I'm commentating for. Of course we did one already last week, but this one is going to be a little bit different because we've got China on the calendar. Awful track, I do have to say that. I absolutely despise the track. I hate races around there. I hate racing around there. I hate the track in general. It's not my kind of track. It's just something different, and I don't like this kind of different. You know, Sector 1 looks like a snail, something like that. Sector 2 is boring, and Sector 3 is even more boring. 3 corners is Sector 3, just one of the longest main straights on the whole calendar. It's just such a weird track to race on, and usually the battles around there are quite awkward. You know, there's a lot of incidents, all that kind of stuff. So I'm really looking forward to see what it is going to be today. We're heading into round 14 of season 2 today, racing around China. As I said already, we've got Team Kelly in quite a big of a lead, if I'm not mistaken. You can see them being right in front of Team Guppy. And an interesting thing though, Team Guppy only has one driver in the top 10. That doesn't make sense at all. I might have made a mistake there, but I could be wrong. I think it's Team Coops in the top. Wait, let me have a quick look. My mom was talking at the same time. Let me have a quick look, guys. It's qualifying anyway, so... Ooh, as Danny just came across the line to put himself on pole. My Wi-Fi is not working for some reason. All my Wi-Fi is going to my PC at the moment. Let me have a quick look at the standings here. No, it is Team Guppy in P2. How does that even make sense? Because there's only one driver in the top 10 of Team Guppy. And, I mean, he's only in P9. So, I think there must have been a driver who got removed or something like that. Maybe Guppy himself, Sam Guppy, who is not in the lobby either today. Only 2 drivers for Team Guppy. And we've got 4 drivers actually for Team Cooper, which is the orange team. And we've got 4 drivers for Team Kelly. Currently haven't put a lap on the board yet. And we've got 4 drivers for Team Green. So, oh wait, and then we've got Team Witterick, of course. Only 2 drivers, unfortunately. We've got Spanner Ape. My apologies. I thought there was going to be 8 packs for some reason. And we've got Happy Hamster all the way in P16. I'm just going to take a quick look with Fake Scouser here. And, it's quite of a familiar name. I think he's been racing in another league that I've been commentating for quite a while back, about a year ago. But he puts himself in P9 at the moment. He is racing for Team Green. And I do have to say, Team Green hasn't been very creative with their name. You know, it's a green car, Team Green, and that's all you can say about it. You've got drivers like Team Witterick. You've got teams like Team Kelly, Team Cooper. It's only their names, but at least it's not the color of their name. TikTok coming soon, alright, Sven. TikTok from what, Sven? Is that from King of Leagues, or what do you mean? Or a video from King of Leagues? I don't know. What do you mean? So, Rip's currently on a fast lap, I think. No, he's gonna go out on that lap. No, he's gonna come into the pits, I think. He doesn't have any ERS left. Or there's been a glitch with the ERS, though, so I'm not sure if he's coming into the pits. Yeah, so he is coming into the pits, so the glitch is not there anymore with the ERS. Nobody else is on a fast lap except for Happy Hamster, so we might want to go on board with the Team Witterick driver. As he's coming down that long main straight. China, I think, has one of the longest straights on the calendar, if not the longest. I think it is the longest. You have straights like Azerbaijan. Let me have another thing. Saudi Arabia is quite long, probably not the longest. Hungary is quite long too. You know, you've got quite a couple of long straights. Like Japan is quite a long one too, but I'm trying to think of which one is in second. Austin might be the second longest. I think it is Austin. So it's Austin. Wait, I think it's China first, then it's Austin. Then it's Azerbaijan, because those curved corners are not really considered straight, so they're not going to be added to that long straight that Azerbaijan already has. So I think China comes in P1 because coming around that long right-hander, You've got basically a DRS straight, and you will be able to overtake 3 or 4 cars at the same time. So we will be seeing a lot of overtakes down that straight, and then heading into turn 17. I think that turn is, I need to do a quick calculation on the turns, but Happy Hamster just came across the line. He put himself in P8. We might want to go on board with Mark here as he saved some ERS, but I'm not sure if he's going to go on another one. Gas in P12, retired from the session already. Did he crash out? I think he retired in the pit lane. Simon Jr. had quite a good race last week, if I'm not mistaken. Currently in P14, retired from the track too, and I think the Team Green driver is going to go out for another lap. Here he comes around the last corner, or is he coming into the pits? He is not coming into the pits, he's coming around the last corner. So we will calculate the corners, analyze the track, how you need to nail a good qualifying lap. Down the straight, the guys will have DRS heading into turn 1, go off the throttle, brake a little bit, coming through this turn 1, and we're heading into turn 2, which is going to be a fast left-hander. I mean, a slow left-hander. And you've got, of course, turn 3, heading into sector 2 at the moment. Turn 4, and then you've got turn 5, hard braking zone. Want to touch the curb here down the inside. This is going to be turn 5, and that Team Cooper driver goes out of track very nicely. Turn 6 is coming right up. This is going to be the fast left-hander. And you've got turn 7, fast right-hander. And then you've got another corner straight after this one. It's kind of difficult to see that one. It kind of reminds me of Silverstone, Sector 1. And we're heading into a fast left-hander, which is going to be turn 8. Heading into Sector 3, turn 9 and 10 is the ride coming up. This is going to be turn 9, fast left-hander. Then we've got a long right-hander, turn 10 that is. And then we've got that long main straight. Not too many corners around China, so not a lot of overtaking opportunities. But this is going to be the main overtaking opportunity for a lot of guys. If there's a DRS train, we might be seeing the guy leading that DRS train drop 3, 4, 5 positions even. It just depends on how close everyone is behind each other. And we're heading into turn 11. And then we've got turn 12, the last corner around China. And this has been quite a good lap from Mark coming around that last corner. He takes that curve quite well on the exit. But you need to watch out. Puts himself in P6. A little bit of an improvement for the Team Green driver. Might want to go on board with some other guys. Rips currently on an out lap as he finds himself right behind that Team Kelly driver. So I'm hoping that he's not going to impede that lap from Rips here. I'm not sure if that Team Kelly driver is on a fast lap. Might be Kelly himself. Kelly Kid coming around the last corner. Well, the second to last corner. As I don't think there is anyone else from Team Kelly racing at the moment. Rips taking quite a big gap to that red car coming around the last corner. Takes that quite nice there. As, I thought there was someone parked on the left side, but it's just braking boards. Coming into sector 1, as there's a car parked on the exit there, which is quite dangerous, because if you lose your braking point there and you shoot through, you're going to end up in the side of that red car coming around turn 2 and 3 at the moment. So quite a good lap from Rips already. Once you go into 6th, 7th here, and going back into 2nd maybe to make this corner work. And Rips coming through sector 2 at the moment. My apologies, my microphone dropped away again. We've got a couple of guys parking the car down the inside there. Quite nice as they're leaving space for Rips to get past. And I do have to say, OMR has got quite some good sportsmanship driving already here during the qualifying. We saw some questionable driving last week during the race, but the qualifying has always been looking great already. So that's great signs for this Chinese Grand Prix already. As Rips coming down that main straight, he doesn't have too much ERS left in the tank. Coming through the penultimate corner. We've got that last corner, fast left hand. Quite tricky to nail though, because you know you've got that curve down the inside. You don't want to touch that by too much, or you're gonna lose the car. You also don't want to touch that by too much, because you're gonna be spun onto the curb, onto the exit of the curb, and then you know you're gonna shoot through and all that kind of stuff. You don't want to. It's just a big hassle going through that part of the track. But he put himself in P7. Not a bad lap at all. Team Green seems to have 3 drivers in the top 10, in the top 7 to be exact, already. which is not a bad result either. Coops currently on pole by about a tenth on Kelly Kit. So these guys are going to be having a heated battle during the actual race. And then we've got Danny for Team Purple, which is going to be Team Guppy in a P3 at the moment. Danny, who just, or Don, whatever you want to call it, Don, who just entered the top 10 of the Drivers' Championship. Championship. And I think he's going to be able to get some more points for Team Guppy, trying to keep that P2 in the Drivers' Championship alive. Constructors' Championship, my apologies. As there's only 5 teams, so, I mean, there's big points to grab if there is a team who doesn't have full drivers like Team Guppy or like Team Witterick today, who both missed 2 drivers. So, Team Coops, Team Kelly, Team Green, they're all going to be able to gain some more points on the other guys because they have full amount of drivers. They've got 4 drivers on the grid, as we've got Rips probably coming into the pits. We might want to go on board with someone else. Sneaky Loser heading into Sector 3 at the moment. And you know what the problem is here around China? Coming through Sector 2, your tires are going to be boiling. Then you have to go through Turn 10, which is going to be this one. You're basically going to lose the car very easily, so you need to watch out going onto the soft tires at the beginning of the race, which I don't recommend at all. I would say medium hards, hard mediums. But going onto the softs at the beginning of the race, it's possible, but you really need to watch out with your tires overheating. Your car is very, very, very heavy, and when your car is heavy, your tires are going to be boiling even more because there's more weight on the surface of the tires, and then your tires are going to be boiling. That's basically it. And also, the thing is, coming through that Sector 2, your tires are going to be boiling even more because there are a lot of like fast corners, and usually with fast corners, your tires are going to be boiling more because usually when you're going through a slow corner, your brakes are going to take all the resistance, but through the fast corners, through the fast right-handers, the fast left-handers, your tires are going to take the beating. That's when they're going to start boiling and degrade more. So you see sometimes tracks like Saudi Arabia. Let me have a quick think of some other corners of some other tracks who have a lot of tire degradation. Singapore, for example, those tracks are like high-speed tracks where there's not too many braking points. Not too many slow corners, but a lot of like fast corners and all that kind of stuff. Those tracks will need a lot of tires, or at least they cause a lot of tire degradation. So that's the problem here around China too. There's a lot of fast corners through Sector 2. You can see coming out of Turn 5, you've got Turn 6, a fast left-hander where that orange car is coming through at the moment. Here we go. So these are all non-braking corners, and if you get a couple right behind or right after each other, your tires are going to be beaten up coming through Sector 3. So that's the issue. You do have a little braking point coming through Turn 9 where the tires are not going to be used that much. It's mainly the brakes, but then you've got that Turn 10 again, and the guys are going to be losing it through there if they're running a little bit too many pressure on the tires, especially if they're running softs. And that's sometimes when you see drivers crashing out during qualifying, it's usually through that part of the track. So definitely watch out for anyone watching. And I wouldn't suggest going onto the softs at all. Still 1.5 more minutes in this qualifying, as we've been talking about that Turn 10 for quite some time already. But it's quite important to understand the drivers have to think about what strategy they're going for, what setup they're going for, all that kind of stuff. And, you know, I think Coops has done a really good job getting his qualifying pace on point. And he's got a Team Green driver right behind him that might be a one on an outlap. I'm not sure if that's a fake Scouser. If it's not fake Scouser, so he doesn't need to worry at all. And there is a white car who has retired from the track. I think that is Happy Hamster. Yes, indeed. He's currently in P5, but that probably won't stay that long because we've got Mazda in P6. We've got Sneaky Loser in P7, quite close to that Team Witterick driver. So he's probably going to drop a couple of positions, all those guys on a fast lap or in a night lap. As we might want to go on board with Sneaky Loser, as Team Kelly is represented by both those drivers. 3 drivers actually in the top 10, so not bad at all. But I think Sneaky Loser might be able to get some time on the board extra, as there's a little bit of traffic up ahead. We've got that Team Green driver going on to the side. Team Cooper, Adam himself, oh no way! Team Cooper's driver is gonna cause an impeding of Sneaky Loser's time. And Sneaky Loser is gonna come into the pits. He doesn't have any ERS left, and that definitely caused him to lose a lot of time. He would have been able to get into the top 5 for sure. And Adam is gonna be frustrated. No, not Adam. Adam isn't gonna be frustrated about that. And look at Face Geyser coming across the line with a 131.3 as he improved by about 6/10. Crazy. Cooper is going to be on a fast lap at the moment, and he's got that Team Kelly driver right in front of him, and he's not going to be the one impeding. It would be funny if he took revenge there. You know, you're gonna cause me to impede. I'm gonna cause you to impede and not get that, quali lap on the board. But he didn't decide to do it, so that is great news, Team Coops. I mean, not Team Coops. Coops himself coming through Sector 2 at the moment. And as I said, Cooper, he needs to watch out for that strategy. I'm not sure. Oh, and he backs out already. I don't think he was going to be able... I don't think he thought that he was going to be able to improve here. So Fake Geyser for now is going to be on pole. What is Kelly Kid going to do? Coming across the line, improved by about 9 thousandths, but it's not good enough to put himself somewhere in the top 2. But as I said, Coops or Fake Geyser might have gone for a qualifying setup. And the problem there is, if that is the case, there is going to be an issue, and this is also an issue for Fake Geyser. He cannot be that close to Team Coops. I mean, to Coops himself. Because that is going to... There has been a glitch going on in the Formula 1 game where the guys are, you know, if they're too close to someone up ahead, the guy in front of you is going to get a 5-second time penalty. Fake Geyser goes off track at the moment. We might want to go on board with someone else. Sneaky Loser coming through the slow right-hander. But as I said, for the 3rd or the 4th time already, Coops needs to watch out with his qualifying setup, because if you're running a qualifying setup, there's no way you're going to be as fast during the race as you were during the qualifying. As the qualifying is over, and Fake Geyser takes the lead of the qualifying. Well, he takes pole here in China. And yeah, as I said, Fake Geyser, Coops, and Kelly Kid. I think Kelly Kid kind of knows better. I think he's someone who really watches his... Ooh, and Rips has left the session. Not sure what happened there. So Kelly Kid is really someone who watches his setups. And I'm not sure if Park Fermi is on, so we might have to take a quick look at that. Because if it is on... It is... No, wait, hold up. I totally looked at the wrong thing. Oh, so Park Fermi is on, so that means the guys are not going to be able to switch between qualifying setups and race setups. So that means they either are going to be faster during the qualifying but slower during the race, or slower during the race and slower during the qualifying and faster during the race. That all has to do with how high your car is to the ground, how much pressure you put on your tires. Because as I said before, if you put a lot of pressure on your tires, you're going to be slower throughout the race because they're going to be heated up. During a qualifying, it doesn't matter that much because you only do 1 lap and your tires need to be on optimal temperature. But if you're coming through a race of 25 laps, you've got to do 25 laps on the same, probably not on the same tire, but 10 or 15 laps on the same tire. So here we've got the standings. Let's go to the back of the grid again for the guys to be able to look at the standings. Once again, once they watch the live stream to get the standings up, the results up, all that kind of stuff on the app. As these guys are using the companion apps, which is quite great. It kind of gives some good insights on how many points everyone scores, how many races they've done, how many points per race they get, all that kind of stuff. And I don't think they're running a formation lap. I could be wrong. I'm just going to have a quick look here. But that could be very important for the guys. Are we running this? Yeah, we're running a formation lap, which is great. We will be able to analyze what strategies these guys are going on. So I'm just going to take a quick sip of water and we are ready to go. All right, so here we are, green lights for everyone, and we're gonna be starting to analyze the track. Let me put my water there real quick, and here we go. So, tire-wise, did I say track? Everyone's track. I mean everyone's tires, of course. Ooh, a very interesting strategy from the Team Green driver already, who has taken pole. Danny has left the session. He qualified in P4, so the guys might need to invite some people over. I'm not sure who does that, probably Coops. But as I said, a different strategy for Fake Skyzer. He went onto the hard tires, and the rest of the top 5 goes onto the medium tires. Then we've got Maz on the hards, Happy Hamster on the hards, Rips on the hards, and Blackout, also one of the drivers, on the hard tires. As Team Kelly has taken some interesting strategies here. We've got one driver being on the hards, the rest on the mediums. Usually the guys at the back of the grid want to go on a different strategy than the guys on the front of the grid, but we see some kind of strategies all over the place. A lot of guys on the hard tires at the front of the grid. I mean, P1, P6, P8, which is usually not the place where you want to start the hards on. No, you do want to start the hards on at the back of the grid. You don't want to start on the hards. You want to be on those faster tires to be able to gain some positions. As it seems like medium softs is going to be something here for the strategy, and I'm not agreeing with that at all. I think, you know, soft tires here around China are just going to ruin your race, because, as I said before, tire pressure, tire deck, not really necessary, but tire overheating probability and all that kind of stuff are quite high here around China. So yeah, I wouldn't say medium soft is the best strategy to go with, but if you think there's going to be an early safety car, starting on the softs might be beneficial for you. Soft hards, soft medium might be a difficult one to work with, but it could work depending on how long a safety car takes here around China. I think it would be around 22 to 23 seconds, might be even longer, as that pit entry is quite long. We've got Fake Skyzer already coming on the grid. Danny has joined again, as Cooper might have sent them a little invite right there. So let's have a quick look with the position changes. Obviously, we are not seeing any yet, because this has just been a formation lap. For anyone not knowing what a formation lap is, a formation lap is basically where the guys are having one lap on the track to heat up their tires and, you know, get them up the right temperature. So when they are coming off the line, they're going to be a little bit faster, because if your tires are cold, usually they're going to be around 70 or 80%, degrees. You're just going to have a bad start, and the optimal temperature is somewhere around 100 degrees, possibly even a little bit more, starting on, you know, being on the starting grid, because you like Fake Skyzer there, he had to stand there for a long time already. All right, guys, we are currently in Season 2, round 14 of the Chinese Grand Prix here in online motorsport racing. We've got 5 red lights here around China. And away we go. We've got a pretty good start from Coombs there, already making the overtake on Fake Skyzer. Look at that bad start from the Fake Skyzer. Kelly Kid going down the inside. Here we make he makes an overtake on Fake Skyzer already. Fake Skyzer around the outside, doesn't leave too much room for Team Kelly, or Team Kelly himself. Team Kelly around the outside right now, as he has to yield. He cannot take this position from Fake Skyzer. Good defense from Fake Skyzer, as Danny is trying to make the overtake around the outside of Kelly. Did not make that opportunity work for him. And what will Ken Boy be doing? Is not going to make a dive bomb, but Team Kelly, Team Green is going to try and make the outside, the inside move. What a bad start there from myself. So Happy Hamster making the overtake on Mark. As I said before, Mazza, who got overtaken by 2 drivers already. That is going to be Happy Hamster and Mark, of course. As I'm just going to take a quick look at the back of the grid, as the guys are losing the toe of the other guys already. And Coops is trying to run away from Fake Skyzer there. Oh, and there goes Ken Boy down the inside, down the straight, is going to yield. He's not going to make the overtake on Dan. He's going to stick to the toe, though. He's going to stick to the toe 3/10, as Kelly Kid is kind of losing the toe off Fake Skyzer and Coops already. So as I said, Coops, he had a very good qualifying setup, but he also has a very good racing setup. They're running away from Kelly Kid. And Kelly Kid, quite interestingly enough, he's not able to keep the toe well, Fake Skies are there, even being on faster tires. Fake Skies really has some good pace here around China. Ken Boy currently 4 tenths behind Don. As we might want to go to the back of the grid, Simon on the tail of Blackout. He was really great last week, but seems like he's struggling around China this week, as he's only in P14, qualified in P16. I don't think he had to put a qualifying lap at all. Goes down the inside at the moment, kind of locks up a little bit, goes onto the curb a little bit too aggressively. Might have costed him a couple of tenths. Might want to go back to the midfield. Oh, and there goes Mark. Loses his car coming through that fast left-hander. And as I said, that is a very risky corner. You've got your tires heating up. We might be seeing that more often here today. Sneaky loser on the tail of Mazda. We might be seeing an overtake down the straight. Another crash from Simon. That is going to be Team Guppy. And Team Guppy is not going to be scoring too many points. Only down in the points in P4 at the moment. Simon currently in P16. He's not going to be scoring any points, although I'm not sure what the point system is here in Team Guppy. Mazda going all the way down the inside. He's going to try and defend from Sneaky Loser. Sneaky Loser is not going to abuse that slipstream from Mazda, so he's not going to be in danger. The Team Green drivers, there's a little bit of a DRS train coming up at the moment. We've got 3 drivers being right behind each other. Kelly Kid, Don, and Ken Boy. Fake Skies now takes the fastest lap of the race, being on the hard tires of 135.5, as he caught up to Coops, as the DRS has been enabled. So Fake Skies will be able to use that DRS down the long main straight, one of the longest straights on the calendar, as I said before, during the qualifying. But if you're just tuning in from during the race, welcome to you. It's been quite an interesting start already. Not too many position changes, only Mark. But he crashed due to probably overheating of his tires. I don't think he had any contact with anyone. As Fake Skies is quite close to Coops already, so we might be seeing an overtake down the straight. He just needs to stick within that toe a little bit closer. And you know what the thing is, here around China, you've got a lot of dirty air, and with that dirty air, you're not going to be able to get close to the guy up ahead, especially with, you know, fast left-right handers. You're just going to be struggling, having understeer, all that kind of stuff, and you're just going to lose your braking point, all that kind of stuff. So it's really annoying racing around China. And here comes Fake Skies, takes a tight line coming through turn 10, and he's got the DRS, he's got the ERS, not using too much ERS, but he's already draining all of his ERS. He drained all of his ERS already, and not down this straight, but down through the whole 3 laps we did already, as he's only got 30% more free to use. I'm not sure if that's even usable during this lap. Sneaky Loser currently in P8, and as he seems to be gained, well, he gained a position already, but Spanner is up for a good streak. 4 positions gained. Right behind him, we've got Gas, who's got 5 positions gained. So these two are not doing a bad job of finding their way through the grid into the top 10. And then we've got Low Pro. I mean, didn't gain a single position, so we could call him Mr. Consistent for now, but so is the top 5. Didn't gain a single position, didn't lose a single position, but they're still quite a bit ahead of the rest of the grid. You know, you've got Ken Boy being right behind Don. I mean, 9/10s, which is not bad at all. He's going to have the DRS down straight, dropped out of the DRS zone once again. 1.2 seconds to Happy Hamsters. I think it's more likely for Happy Hamster to get closer to Ken Boy than it is for Ken Boy to get closer to Don. Let's go back to the top 4, as they're all within DRS of each other. Kelly Kid, who is caught up to Coops at the moment, and they will be able to use DRS. This might be that first moment where I said that the leader of the race, the leader of DRS train, might be losing a couple of positions. I think it's this time around, as they're coming around turn 10 at the moment. Coops taking a very wide line coming through there. Might have costed them a couple of 10s or 100s. And here comes Coops. DRS wide open. He does not use too many ERS. But that ERS gets drained by itself, being on such a long straight. You don't even need to press the button to, you know, because the car uses a little bit of ERS by itself for some reason. I have no idea why that is, but I guess it is what it is. And they did not catch up to Fake Skies, or Fake Skies who is trying to run away. And the longer they're going on to the stint, the faster Fake Skies will get compared to the rest of the medium tire runners in the top 5. Basically because the hard tires run a little bit longer than the medium tires. So Fake Skies is definitely doing a great job at the moment, trying to keep the guys behind him, trying to make some kind of gap and then even going further into the race, he's going to make a bigger gap, and then going onto the medium tires, he will have the faster tire than the rest of the grid. And you know, that's the benefit of starting on the harder compound than starting on the softer compound, because if you're stuck behind someone, you're going to have dirty air, your tires are going to degrade even more, and you will not be able to abuse those medium tires compared to the hard tires for as long as you want. You will have to come to the pits 1 or 2 laps earlier because you've been stuck for so long behind someone. Kelly Kid, same scenario. Don, same scenarios. Don seems to be taking a little bit more of a gap to Kelly Kid. Kelly Kid and Coops, who are really on the tail of the guy ahead. So that's the problem with being so close to someone. You're going to even have more dirty air. You're going to have more understeer, and you know, that's going to be fatal for your tires. So here comes Coops. DRS wide open. I think Face Kaiser is using the ERS again. Coops around the outside. Will he be making that overtake? Doesn't look like it. Goes late onto the brakes. Face Kaiser kind of forces him a little bit wider there. I don't know if there is any contact, but Face Kaiser definitely left a bit of room, but that might be an exaggeration already. A bit of room. I'm not sure if it was enough for Coops to make the overtake work, but I mean, no contact or very minor contact has been done, so nobody got crashed out, which is obviously great. That's not what you love to see as a commentator, as a racing driver, as a steward, as a league owner. You know, you want to keep the guys clean on track, and that's what we've been seeing all race long already. We're heading into lap 6 out of the 28, and these guys did not have any contact yet. The only contact we might have seen was between Mark and another driver, because Mark dropped 8 positions already. Ribs lost 6 positions too, so I'm not sure what happened there. Might have had a crash with someone, but apart from that, we have not seen any contact between the drivers on screen. We might have seen that behind the curtains. I don't know if that's that sounds very weird. Behind the curtains. We're not going to use that term anymore. Coops now on the tail of Fake Kaiser, coming through turn 9 and 10 again, and will he be able to make that overtake this time around, coming through that long straight? It will possibly be an option for Coops as he's coming around turn 10. He's going to take a wide line again, and you see he's losing some time coming through that part of the track, because you know, you've got Fake Kaiser. He will take that tight line, and he will gain a couple of hundreds from that. Usually during a qualifying session, you want to do the same. Coops down the inside at the moment into turn 11, and he's going to go early on the brakes. Wasn't the curb a little bit too aggressive, and here comes down the inside of Kelly. Will he be able to make that move around the outside? He keeps his car around the outside, but he backs out again, coming right through that corner. Goes onto the curb. That's what I said before. Going onto the curb will just shoot you into the wall. I don't know what that is for. Kelly around the outside of Coops here as they're going. Oh, and there goes Coops. A little tap from Kelly Kid made him spin out. Coops, who drops back to possibly P6. Yes, indeed. He might even lose more positions as there's 2 cars coming right behind him, but he's just going to hold them up. And Coops will definitely not be happy with that. I'm not sure who was in the mistake there. Might have been Kelly going too heavy on the turn. I mean, steering too heavy into down the inside. But it might have been Coops too, going too late on the brakes, going to the side, going on, well, against, into the side of Kelly Kid. And, you know, that's going to spin you out. Retired in the pit lane from Simon Jr. He's not going to be scoring any points for Team Guppy, unfortunately. I think there might have been some damage there or some incident between Simon and another driver. We're currently looking at Don, who's trying to get closer to Kelly Kid. But Kelly Kid has lost the DRS from Fake Kaiser. So Fake Kaiser will be able to run away. He's currently in Team Green, so they're going to be scoring quite some good points for the team. Team Green currently in P3, trailing by a couple of points on Team Guppy and Team Kelly. So they're definitely doing a great job getting that race win. I mean, provisional race win. I'm not going to say he's getting the race win already, guys. But he's doing a great job. You've also got Mazza in P7. Then, unfortunately, the other 2 drivers are in P14 and P15. As I said before, I don't know what the point system here is in this league. So it could be that everyone who finishes gets points. But, I mean, down the inside, they will be able to use DRS down that straight. Quite of a short straight. I do have to say that. It's kind of a short straight. So, oh, wait. Okay, Don was lagging a little bit. I think that costed Kelly a couple of tenths there. Just look at that. He was right on the tail of that Team Guppy driver. And then Kelly just, I don't know, he lost about 5 to 4 tenths to Don. So it could have been that lag where Don lagged a little bit up ahead, and you know, it's quite annoying for a driver being right behind someone who's lagging a little bit. You don't know how to anticipate. You need to anticipate, you know, but you don't know how. So you're going a little bit off the throttle. You're going to be on the brakes a little bit earlier, and that's going to cost you some time. So I'm just going to take a quick sip of water, guys. But as I said, that straight coming around that last corner, you've got a not a very short straight because it's quite long, but it's quite a difficult one to make the overtake. Both drivers have a lot of straight line speed already coming through that last corner, and the DRS gets enabled quite late, so the DRS zone is not very, very long. Here comes Kelly Kidd down the inside, down the main straight. As he makes the overtake down the inside, will Don make a switchback work? Doesn't look like it, and he's lagging again. Look at that, he's lagging again. He's going to go around the outside, but he backs out of it. Kelly with a good exit coming through turn 11, as Kenboy is definitely not catching up. And these two are gaining some time to fake Skyzer again. 1.2 seconds. Here comes Don down the inside, and it seems like a back and forward battle. But, I mean, the guy who used to be battling with Kelly here in Sector 1 is currently in P6 due to a contact between both those drivers. So Don might need to anticipate a little bit on that and think about making a move up the inside, because we've seen Cooper do the same, and we've seen some incidents between those two before. So, you know, as a racing driver, you need to analyze what kind of drivers you're racing up against, and seeing that Kelly made a mistake or Coops made a mistake coming through that corner might need you to realize that you don't want to make a move through that corner again. What you might do, Red, is no, because then you're gonna have more tire degradation being behind the guy you just overtook. Let me think about that, because right now Kelly Kidd is a bit stuck behind the Team Guppy driver, and the main issue there is your tires are going to be overheating because of the dirty air, like I said before during the race. Fake guys are running away at the moment, so we might want to go on board with Happy Hamster. Gain 3 positions already, is on the tail of Kenboy. He's going to have the DRS, uses a lot of DRS to try and make the overtake on Kenboy. Down the straight they come. The Team Witterick driver around the outside, and he's going to be scoring some points for the Team Witterick. Well, for Team Witterick in general, as Kenboy tried to go down the inside. A little bit of contact between the both of them. It seems like Kenboy is not giving up, trying to go around the outside, but Happy Hamster had a better exit coming through that corner. Now it seems like Kenboy is going to try and go for it again. DRS wide open for Kenboy. Down the inside he goes. Kelly Kidd has also made the overtake. Down the inside. Kelly Kidd is now in P2. But Kenboy side by side with Happy Hamster coming through Sector 1. And he makes up a position to the Team Witterick driver. Beautiful racing from Kenboy and Happy Hamster. He did not cause any incidents. So I'm going to go on board with the back of the grid here. I mean the midfield. Sneaky loser on the tail of Massa. What was I saying before again? I have no idea. I know it was something about tires, but I couldn't remember what it was about the tires. I'm kind of a tire specialist. I don't know why, but you know, I'm very intrigued in strategies and all that kind of stuff. So sneaky loser trying to catch up to Mazda. It seems like Mark is making the overtake down the inside of Blackout, and nothing Blackout could have done there. It might have been a bad exit from the Team Kelly drivers. He's now going a little bit too deep coming through turn 5. He's even going to lose more time. Nobody came into the pits yet, did they? Yes, they did. Spanner came to the pits, go onto the medium tires. You've got Gas going onto the hard tires about 2 laps ago. For the rest, nobody has come into the pits yet, so we might be seeing some different strategies from the guys, you know, coming into the pits a little bit earlier, coming into the pits a little bit later. Depends on how good your tires are still during this race, because if you've been racing close, here comes Hammer down the straight as you're heading into turn 11. A little bit of a snap there from Kenboy. This might be a good overtaking opportunity from Hamster. He will be able to make that overtake down the straight with the use of DRS. ERS is wide open. He's not got a lot of ERS in the tank left. Neither does Kenboy. Happy Hamster around the outside. Kenboy almost pushes him wide, almost forces him. Oh, he does force him off track, as that is not very clean racing from Kenboy there. Nothing Happy Hamster could have done, because the problem there was Happy Hamster. He took all the room he had, and then even being that far into that corner, he even got launched off track by Kemboy. I think Kemboy kind of missed his braking point, wanted to take the racing line, but of course you had Happy Hamster being on the racing line, so you need to make some room for the guy who's about to make the overtake on you, and that's not what Kemboy did. So Kemboy, if you're listening, yeah, mistakes can happen, mate. It's all right. You might get penalized for that, though. Sneaky loser on the tail of Mazda once again as they're trying to catch up to Cooper. And Cooper, currently in P6, might have been frustrated after that incident with Kelly. I'm not too sure what the steward findings will be on that one. We haven't had a clear view like we had on the Kemboy Happy Hamster incident, so there's nothing I can say about that. And it seems like Don has caught up a little bit to Kelly Kid right inside that 1 second. And the benefit for Don right there is that he has the DRS, so he gained about 4 tenths, 3 tenths down that straight. We've got an Irish flag on the left side of the track, so I'm not sure. Look at that, an Irish flag. I didn't know there was any Irish racing drivers, or an Irish track, or any Irish people interested in Formula 1, actually. During my time in Ireland, I did not meet anyone who was interested in Formula 1, if I'm being honest. Nobody was interested. Like everyone, the only thing I was interested in was Formula 1. And every time I started talking about Formula 1, they were talking about rugby or whatever sport they play. Gaelic football, I think, is one, if I'm not mistaken. So I have no idea how those sports work at all. Seems like Mark is the first one on the medium tires to come to the pit. So is that an indication that these tires are gone already? 11, 12 laps into the race. It's not very great because they've got 14 more laps to go. 16, actually. 16 more laps to go here around China. So might want to go on board again with Don, who's caught up to Kelly last lap. And he will have the DRS once again. These two are actually keeping up with Fake Scouser quite well, considering the situation they're in right now. Older tires, softer tires, so that means their tires are, I mean, not older, but they will be less useful. And they're kind of battling with each other, so that means that they're actually having some great pace here around China. And they're not going to have the benefit later, but they will make the undercut due to them being on softer tires. So they will be ahead of Fake Scouser probably. So what Fake Scouser has to do is try to come into the pits as soon as possible when he wants to go onto the medium tires, but make sure that he's... Oh, and there comes Don, the first one in the top 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to come into the pits. So is Coops apparently. So Scoops is going to try and make the undercut work too. And what an undercut is, basically an undercut is when you come into the pits a lap earlier than the guy ahead of you to try and your outlap make it very fast being on fresher tires. The one problem you have right there is when you come into the pits, and I think they've kind of done this to make the undercut less powerful. When you come out of the pits, your tires are going to be 70 degrees when they used to be 90 degrees, I think 2 or 3 years ago. So they're now 70 degrees, and you will be struggling coming through the first sector of that track. Coming through sector 2 and sector 3, they're heated up already, but sector 1 is just such a pain in the ass. And you know, it's kind of to balance the fact that you are on faster tires, so that you're not going to be able to make that undercut work that's usually so powerful around China. But I mean, you know, I'm not sure if they already had to come into the pits. I don't know how long the mediums go for here around China, but did they make the right decision? I have no idea. They're now coming through turn 10, as I think Coops is... I was going to say Coops is quite close to down, but he actually is in 8 seconds down. A sneaky loser finds himself still behind Mazda, and it's quite a big accomplishment being able to keep up with the hard tire runners. I think he's going to come into the pits now. No, he's going to go for another one. Happy Hamster does come into the pits though. 12 lap old hards, that is a bold strategy. That is a bold strategy. 13 lap old hards. I don't think he'll be able to last the medium tires till the end of the race. I don't think so. Or he must have seen that his hard tires are not that bad, and that he's going to be able to do the same with the medium tires. Comes into the pits, gets overtaken by Don, and gets overtaken by S. Badger. Is he going to get overtaken by Cooper? It does seem like it. Cooper making the overtake right as he comes out of the pits. I'm not sure where he was before. I think he was behind Don. He was in front of Cooper, wasn't he? So Cooper making that undercut work kind of works quite nice. Sneaky loser now makes the overtake on Mazda. I think Mazda left the session, didn't he? Because he's ghosted. So I think Mazda left the session indeed. Don making the overtake on S Badger. S Badger, who hasn't been there this race, neither was he there last week, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, as in performance-wise, though. He's there on track, but he's just racing in the middle of nowhere at this point. Yeah, and all of a sudden, everyone is without having the DRS outside 1 second of each other. Don is now catching up to Low Pro, though. Might want to go on board with the DRS, with the POV of Dan. And the problem there, I mean, with China is, you know, when you go into broadcast mode, it's just such a pain in the ass. You're not able to see any of the cars. Danu now makes the overtake down the inside. Look how such a bad view this is. It's awful. You're not able to analyze anything. You're way too close to the guys. To the cars. And Kelly Kid just came into the pits. So is Lopro. Kind of goes off track there, though. Don being on those hard tires. As I said, that's what makes the undercut so powerful. Kelly Kid goes onto the soft tires, but he loses a lot of time to Don. 4 seconds! 5 seconds! That was what I was saying. Don is on those hard tires for 2 laps already. He's gained 5 seconds on Kelly Kid. Kelly Kid has gone onto the soft tires. I think he wants to try and go from the mediums to the softs. I don't think it'll work. 14 more laps on the soft tires. That's never gonna work, if I'm being honest. So is Mazda ghosted now, or is he? I mean, he is ghosted, but is he out of the session? Wait, we are able to look at the... Yeah. No. He's not in the lobby. Look at the wheel, at the steering of the wheel. If it's that squirky, it's never gonna be that he's in the car. Nobody is able to control... Oh, he's back. He's back. There we go. Look, and the wheel... It's changed again. No, did it change, though? He's on the controller. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so he's on the controller. Then it makes sense. But he was in the lobby. Kelly Kid is now caught up to a Mazda. Here he comes down the straight. DRS wide open for Kelly Kid. And Fake Scouser is now the one coming into the pits. Will he be going onto the medium tires or the softs? I think it will be mediums. Otherwise, he wouldn't start on the hard tires and come into the pits that early. So medium tires for Fake Scouser. Will he get overtaken by Don? It does look like it. It does look like it. Fake Scouser now coming out of the pits. And Don has made the undercut work. How many more seconds will he be ahead of Don? I think Kelly Kid will also make that overtake. Look at that. How powerful is that undercut? Fake Scouser being 1.5 seconds behind Kelly Kid. Might even lose some more time. But Fake Scouser will have the faster tire at the end of the race. Mazda coming into the pit, so is Blackout. As S Badger has dropped back all the way to P13. I think he might be able to make that overtake. Where did he go? He's having a heat battle with Lopro. Lopro just made the overtake. And there's a little bit of chaos here. Look at that. A lot of guys making the overtake. Mazda down the inside. Gaz is trying to make the overtake. Gaz has the inside line at the moment. And he's going to park it right there. But he also... Oh, and he goes off track a little bit. Kind of lost his car. Makes the overtake. Lopro on gas. And S Badger is just patiently waiting. He's on those softer tires. So I would say make the overtake, mate. Make the overtake on your own teammate. There's nothing he can do about it anyway. Oh, wait, we've got a crash. We've got a crash. That is going to be Sneaky Loser. As he's lost a little bit of time to the guys behind him. And here comes Fake Scouser. There's nothing he could have done. There's nothing he could have done. He could have kept that position. So Fake Scouser about 2 seconds behind Kelly Kid. So right now he's going to lose time. But later on he's going to gain time again being on those fresher tires at that point during the race. Kenboy coming into the pit, so he's definitely going to get overtaken by a lot of people. Don was about, he was 4 seconds behind Kenboy when he came into the pits. Kenboy is possibly going to drop back all the way to P7, P8, possibly even P9. No. Mazda is 24 seconds behind Sneaky Loser, so it's not going to happen. Sneaky Loser did come into the pits. But we might want to go on board with Happy Answer as he's caught up to Coops at the moment. Happy Hamster is choosing to go onto the medium tires. Coops has gone onto the hard tires. Does that mean that Coops started on the medium tires? I think it does, doesn't it? I'm just gonna have a quick look whether the game sound is still there, because we didn't have game sound halfway through the live stream last week. Yeah, so the game sound is there. Lovely. Happy Hamster still on the tail of Coops. 5/10s for the Team Witterick driver, and I think we should be going more onto the broadcast mode, but it's just such a pain in the ass to look at, if I'm being honest. Sneaky Loser, a little bit of a lockup there for the Team Kelly driver. So we might want to go on board with Kelly Kid here on the tail of Don, and he made that undercut work, but the benefits are paying off for Kelly Kid at the moment. DRS wide open. He drained a lot of ERS already. How much does Don still have in the tank? Kelly Kid going down the inside. These softs are taking the advantage. Yes, indeed they are. He can go later onto the brakes and make the overtake down the inside. Quite an aggressive move, but the room was given by Don. So if you don't go for a move, well, wait, if you don't go for a gap, you're not a real racing driver, or whatever did Ayrton Senna say. Was it Ayrton Senna? Was it Ayrton Senna though? Or was it someone else? I don't know. It might be Ayrton Senna. Or is it the French guy? I don't know his name anymore. And Fake Scouser has caught up too. So, who is actually having the best tires at this point during the race? I mean, at this point during the race, it's Kelly. But he's gonna have the benefit at the end of the race. I would say Fake Scouser. He's on the freshest tires. And I think they will be the fastest at the end of the race. Because Don, you know, those hard tires are gonna be drained up. 5-lap old hards. It will not be good. It will not be good. Look at this. I mean, who can watch a race from this POV? It's such a bad POV. I mean, broadcast mode, whatever you want to call it. The Fake Scouser trying to make the overtake on Don. And as these two are battling, they both dropped out of the DRS off Kelly Kid. So the only driver who will have DRS at the moment is Fake Scouser. So he will definitely make that overtake on Don. And being on those... Oh my days. I thought, oh, yo, was that a brake? Was that a brake check though? I don't think it was a brake check. I think it just lagged back a little bit there. This might have to be analyzed by the stewards or the league owner or whatever you want to call it, or whoever does this. I don't know. In some leagues it's the league owner. In some leagues it's the stewards. So. Let's go on board with Sneaky Loser as he's riding on the tail of Team Green. And it seems like it's going to be a Team Green versus Team Kelly battle today, as we've got Sneaky Loser making the overtake on Mark. Around the outside he goes with that DRS. Mark is not going to give up though. Oh, look at that. Sneaky Loser going too deep into that corner. His teammate is going to make the overtake now. No, he's going to yield. And Mark is doing a good job trying to keep these guys behind him so that Mazda can run away a little bit. 3.5 seconds created already. He's doing a splendid job. Sneaky Loser trying to go around the outside. He's not going to make that move. I think Lopo might get frustrated by that. He's just stuck behind these two as they're seeing Mazda run away. 3.8 seconds at the moment. Let's go to the top of the grid again as Fake Scouser is on the tail of Kelly Kid. And Kelly, he's going to be struggling. He's going to be struggling down the straight. And maybe if he's got some ERS saved, as Fake Scouser doesn't have any ERS left. And Kelly Kid seems to have more than 20%. Comes good through that turn 10. So he's going to have quite a few 10s up ahead. 5 10s to be exact. But that does nothing against the DRS from Fake Scouser. If he even drains a little bit more ERS, he might be able to make that overtake. Down the inside he goes. Is he going to go for it? Yes, indeed he is. I think Kelly Kid even backed out of that move. Out of that defensive move. Because you know Fake Scouser was going to go for it anyway. Sneaky Loser who now makes the overtake with the use of DRS. As they're coming... No. Oh, they're not down the straight yet. Oh, that's interesting. Mark is going to try to make the overtake again with the DRS, but I think he's too far behind. 4 10s for Mark. And he's not going to gain 5 down the straight. Although, he might be. 2 10s, 1 10. He's going to go down the inside. Here comes Mark as he retakes P8 from Sneaky Loser. Kind of has a lockup there. Sneaky Loser might make the overtake again around the outside. He's not going to go for it. So Sneaky Loser has to patiently wait, but being on those soft tires, he cannot wait for too long. 5 seconds of a gap created to Mazda. And at some point, the medium tires will be faster than the soft tires. So needs to get past Mark as soon as possible. And as things are looking like right now, it's not going to happen anytime soon. Coops on the tail of IP Hamster is within that 1 second, so he can use the DRS down the main straight. And then it's just going to be easy for Coops being on those hard tires. At this point during the race, I don't think they will be faster yet. But around lap 22, 23, they will get faster when they're heading into, you know, around that 10 lap mark on the tires, of course, because Happy Hamster will be on 10 lap old mediums. Coops will be on 11 lap old hards, but I think that's that switch point to where the medium tires will get slower than the hard tires. So just look at that point during the race, and we will be seeing Coops making the overtake. Now let's go back to Sneaky Loser, who's on the tail of Mark. Goes into the curb a little bit too aggressively, heading into sector 3 at the moment, and he will be able to use that DRS. Mark, who's caught up a little bit. No, was he 5 seconds behind? I think he was 5 seconds behind. Now he's 6.2 seconds behind Mazda. So very interestingly enough, he's even creating more of a gap. Someone else is ghosted there, and that might be Rips, who is not in his car anymore. Might have lagged out of the session. And there goes Mark making the overtake on the Team Green driver. Not yet, though. And through that last corner, he will be. And I'm not sure what the AI setting is on, but these AIs are fast, mate. They're fast. The guys are not able to make the overtake at all. Look at that. Mark struggling to get past his teammate. Just made the overtake, though. And it's quite funny if you go through that AI, that ghosted AI. The AI goes all over the place. It just swirls around. It's quite funny, actually. You have to try it yourself if you're in a racing car at some point. So Coops is caught up to Happy Hamster. As I said before, they're heading into sector 3. And coming through turn 10, Coops will have the DRS, but will he make that overtake? Or will he patiently wait? Because, you know, you wanna take that tire advantage to its full extent. So if you can be behind someone for a little bit longer, and then try to execute a perfect overtake down the straight and try to run away through sector 1 and sector 2, the guy behind you won't have the DRS anymore, so you won't be able to stick to your toe. And if it's like an overtake down the straight and then another overtake down the second straight, then the start finish straight, and then you're gonna be battling through sector 1 through sector 2, and then you're all at the beginning again. You know, the guy behind you just overtaken. He's within 1 second. Kelly Kid just came into the pits. He's gone on to the soft tires, possibly. Not a great strategy from Kelly Kid, if I'm being honest. He's going to drop a couple of positions there, and I think Fake Skyzer has executed this quite well, going on to the medium tires. But the soft tires from Kelly Kid might have been boiling. As I said before, soft tires are not great during this Grand Prix. He's going on to the medium tires, so that is definitely an indication that those soft tires were boiling a little bit heavier, because if they're, I mean, a little bit more, because if they wouldn't be, if that wasn't the reason for him coming into the pits, he would have just gone onto the soft tires again, or he doesn't have any soft tires left. That's also a possibility. Six more laps to go during this Chinese Grand Prix, as we've got Coops on the tail of Happy Hamster, and it will be a last-minute battle, I think, between these two, because Coops is not making a move anytime soon, and we're heading into lap 23 out of the 28. So still 5 or 6 more laps on the board. But I don't think you will be able to pull a lot of... Oh, wait, look at that. Nobody has a penalty yet. That is... Wait. I need to look at the corner restrictions later. If Coops makes the overtake. Doesn't look like it, though. He's not even gaining time. What is happening? He's saving a lot of ERS, though. I think he's trying to pull away. Don, who's now struggling. Oh, Don has left the session. What happened there? Don left the session. Does he have a broken front wing? I don't think so. Oh, and he's going to be struggling out here. Look at the car. Look at the car. No! Look at the car. It swirls all over the place. As Coops comes through the car of Don. Oh, Don down the inside again. The AI, the ghosted AI is going to battle with Coops here. As Mark now makes the overtake on Low Pro. I think Low Pro might have made a mistake there. Oh no, it's with the DRS probably. Is it with the DRS though? I think it is with the DRS. Wait, so I'm gonna have a quick look with the corner restrictions. Let me have a quick look. So it's on strict. I've never seen this before. Nobody getting a penalty. If this is how we finish the race, this one goes in my history books, and I've covered more than 250 races. I've never seen this before in my whole commentary career. I've done 250 races, probably already close to the 300 race mark. And I've never seen this before. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. We've got someone who was in the wall there. It might have been Spanner. It was Spanner, probably. Let's go on board with Coops here. POV wide open. DRS wide open. ERS wide open. And once again, I don't think he has any straight line speed, if I'm being honest. Oh, and look at that. Happy Answer drained all of his ERS already. So, Cooper, he's listening to me. I feel like he's listening to me. I feel like he's got the stream up. I think he's saving some ERS. He's trying to wait for that point when the hards are faster than the medium tires and then shoot off, shoot away. Take the benefit from the DRS here coming through that last corner and then make the overtake into turn 1, into turn 2, into turn 3, and then just run away, run off. Try to get outside the 1 second already coming through sector 2. And that's basically what you want to do as a racing driver. Try to benefit from the strategy that you've chosen. If you're... Ooh, and Don just joined the session again. He's on the soft tires. No, he's not on the soft tires. He's on the hard tires, but he dropped 2 positions. 3 positions, actually. 1 to Kenboy, 1 to Coops, and 1 to Happy Hamster. So he will definitely not be happy with that at all. Neither is he going to be happy with Kelly Kid being very fast at the moment. He's just came into the pits, 2-lap-old mediums. He needs to cover... I mean, he needs to cover for about 6.6 seconds. But, I mean, only 4 more laps to go, so I think he will be able to do that. That's about 1.5 seconds each lap. It is actually 1.5 seconds each lap. And Coops, will this be his chance? I wouldn't make the overtake down the first straight, though. I wouldn't... I mean, the upcoming straight, I wouldn't make the overtake there. It is going to go for it. He's draining all of the ERS. I don't think he should have done that. DRS will be enough. He's now draining all of the ERS. Just wait until he's not using any ERS anymore. He will be right on the tail, though. Don't use all of your ERS yet. Wait for that second straight. And then go for it into Sector 1, into Sector 2. And he just needs a good exit coming through Turn 11, which he didn't have, unfortunately. So I wouldn't go for it right now. He doesn't have the ERS. And just, he's even going to drain more ERS. He's going to use the DRS right now. ERS a little bit open for Coops. But the guy ahead just simply doesn't have any ERS left. And that's going to be the issue for him the whole race. The whole Sector 1, Sector 2, Sector 3, the last 3 laps. It will be such a struggle. And the risk you have with making an overtake this late during the race. Let's say he's entering lap 26. You're making that overtake down the straight. The guy behind you will be able to get the DRS and abuse that DRS during lap 27 or lap 28. And there's nothing you will be able to do against it. So are you saving ERS to try and compensate for the DRS you will not have during that last lap or whatever? You know, you don't know what to do as a racing driver at this point during the race. You need to make decisions. And I think that's what's Coopin doing it. That's what's Coopin. That's actually a quite good sentence. That's what's Coopin. Oh my days. If he gets P2, I'm gonna put that in the chat. That's what's Coopin. It's quite a good one. I'm proud of that one. I'm gonna be honest with you. Mazza, who's caught up to Kelly there. And Coops once again loses a bit of time coming through that fast right-hander. And there's a yellow flag in Sector 2. Who is that going to be? Might have been a Mazza, losing a bit of time to Kelly. Heading into lap 26 out of the 28. Fake Scouser with a 10-second gap to the rest of the grid. Will Coops be going for this one? Doesn't look like it. The problem that he's having is he's fast through Sector 1, he's fast through Sector 2. Just Sector 3 is a real pain point for him. He's now losing some time coming down that straight. I think Hamster is really pushing, trying to pull away from Coops. Wait. Why is Coops going this slow? Why is Coops going this slow? Does he have enough What is happening to Coops? I think he's out of fuel. I think he's out of fuel. 1 second, guys. Fuel. Where's fuel? Simulation settings. No, low fuel mode is on hard, so he's not gonna be out of fuel yet. But he might be saving some fuel already. What happened to Coops that made him lose 2 seconds in half a lap? Well, I guess we will have to take a quick look with Masa here, who's on the tail of Kelly Kid. And Kelly Kid, who was actually very close to Don. Not sure what happened there. He was about 6 seconds, 5 seconds behind Don. And then now he's 10 seconds behind Don. So I think it's the battling that's kind of being a downside of racing at the moment, of trying to catch up to Don. It's just not paying off. And 9.4 seconds again. We're heading into the last lap of the race. No, we're heading into lap 27. We're not there yet. We're not in the last lap yet. Oh, Ken Boy, boo. 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 He got a penalty. Boo. Oh, and someone crashed in sector 2. Who is that? Sector 1. Might have been Sector 1. Might have been Spanner. I'm not 100% sure, if I'm being honest. Yeah, by the way, if you're still watching the live stream or rewatching the live stream, my apologies for being in POV mode the whole time, but this broadcast mode around China is just not it. Wait, Don is making the overtake on Kenboy apparently. Kenboy is out of fuel. Kenboy is out of fuel. This is frustrating. I think he thought there was going to be a safety car, but there isn't. There isn't. He's going to lose so many positions. And is Don catching up to Cooper? Because this could be an indication that he's also running low fuel at the moment. And they still have to go for one more. Oh, Kenboy is going to drop so many positions. They still have to do one complete lap. Oh no, he's going to be... Oh no, he's not going to have fuel anymore. I mean, he's going to have fuel, but he's just going to lose. Look at that, how much slower he goes. 100 kilometers an hour. This is not going to do it for Kenboy. He definitely thought there was going to be a safety car. 100%. You don't underfuel by that much if you think there's going to be no safety car. He's going to lose a position to the other Team Kelly driver. Sneaky loser. Might lose a position to Mark. Might lose a position to Lopro. Still one more lap to go. Yeah, no, he's going to drop back all the way behind Gas. Maybe even S-Badger. Oh, what the fuck did he get that 10-second time penalty for? What did he get that 10-second time penalty for? Huh? What is happening with Kenboy? I think the game is like glitched a little bit. Oh, Don making the overtake on Coops. But Coops is struggling too. I don't think he has any fuel either. Ah, no, he's got no fuel left. Oh, neither does Kelly Kid. I think that's why he's slowing down. Oh, guys. Oh, neither does Mazda. Everyone has fuel problems. What is happening here? Guys, I have warned you. I warned you. Don't underfuel. Oh, mate. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Kelly Kid doesn't have any fuel left. Neither does Coops. Neither does Mazda. Mazda actually doesn't have any fuel left. Coops has a little bit. As Fake Skyzer just came across the line. Congratulations to you, brother. He didn't have any fuel left either, though. Don has plenty of fuel. He took it strategically. What does Happy Hamster have? Look a good P2 there. Good P2 for Happy Hamster. Congratulations, mate. Here we've got Coops. No ERS left. Kelly Kid making the overtake. Aww. Imagine Kelly Kid running out of fuel right now. That would be funny. No, Kelly Kid runs away. Kelly Kid runs away with the P4. Coops, who doesn't have any fuel anymore, runs a P5 possibly. I don't think Sneaky Loser will be able to catch up. Nah, he won't be. Mazda drops back to P9. And this fuel problem has been a very common problem around the F1 world. Everyone thought there was going to be a safety car. And no safety car was deployed. Neither was a virtual safety car. So the guys weren't able to benefit from underfueling at all. This is just a bad decision. You know, if if there would be a couple of safety cars, your strategy is correct, and everyone is gonna think you're a genius under fueling by that much. But these guys have just underfueled by a lot, and they dropped positions. Kelly get dropped the position to Don. Coops dropped the position to Kelly Kit and Don. Sneaky Loser gained a couple of positions off that. Look at Maza. He dropped back all the way to P11. Look at Kemboy. He was in P3, P4 at some point during the last couple of battles, the last couple of laps. And he dropped back to P14, if I'm not mistaken. Driver of the day is going to be Happy Hamster. I fully agree. Such a great race from that driver. Also, Don did a great job, though. He gets my... he gets a good mention. But Happy Hamster, he's done everything he could to get into that top 10, into that top 3, into the P2, actually, basically. Fake Skies also did a great race, though. Good qualifying, good race pace, good strategy, all that kind of stuff. Nothing anyone could have done about that. Just some great pace, some great solo pace from the Team Green driver. I'm not sure if he's actually a Team Green driver. We were just waiting to get into the lobby and get the standings on. There we go. And we've got Fake Skyzer with the fastest lap 2 of 134.2. I don't think anyone was close enough. Kellycat was quite close though, 134.3. As we've got Happy Hamster in P2 and Don in P3. Kelly in P4. Happy Hamster came for V8, so that's not bad at all. Kellycat in P4. Scoops in P5. It's scooping in. Sneaky Loser in P6, Mark in P7, Lopro in P8, Blackout in P9, and Gas in P10. Both these drivers have gained 5 positions, which is not bad at all. Lopro gained 3. Look at that, Kenboy dropped back to P13 due to having no fuel. And further, we've got Maza, S-Badger, Kenboy, Spanner, Rips, who is possibly going to get a DNF because he didn't race half the race. And then Simon, of course, a DNF for the Team Guppy driver. Let's go back to the front of the grid. As the guys need that for their, whatever you want to call it, standings and all that kind of stuff, and reports. If there is any reports being made, Kelly might be getting a 5-second time penalty for that incident with Coops. Now we've got another driver who had an incident with a Team Witterick driver. Might have been Happy Ham. I have no idea. I have no idea. Someone got forced wide into turn 1. But that is for next week, guys. I would like to thank you very much for watching the live stream. My name is Phoebe Thomas. If you really like the live stream, make sure to leave a thumbs up, as that is, I mean, a way of letting me know that you like the live stream. Make sure to follow the channel too, on YouTube, on Twitch, wherever you feel comfortable with. You know, Twitch doesn't take too long. I'm trying to push a little bit more towards Twitch, just because I've got a bigger follow base on Twitch, but I think my follower base could get a little bit bigger on YouTube than it could be on Twitch. So doesn't really matter, guys. But if you liked the video, make sure to tune in. Let me know that you guys liked it. If you've got any suggestions, make sure to let me know. But this was me for tonight, covering a motorsport racing race. It's what you want to call it. And I will be there next week again. I think we are heading into round 15, and then we've got that last race of the season the week after. So 3 more weeks of racing, 2 more weeks of racing. This was the 3rd to last week. So guys, thank you very much. My name is Phoebe Thomas, and I will catch you guys next week. Peace out.